Denny Hamlin was this close to rewriting the history books at Kansas Speedway. He had the car, the lead, the dominance, and the destiny. But instead of victory, Hamlin walked away with heartbreak, blame, and now, new evidence that's turning his whole race upside down. What happened in those final laps wasn't just a racing mistake. It might be the moment that defines his entire 2025 season. And after what we've just learned, it could even define the end of his shot at the Cup. Let's go back to the beginning. Kansas Speedway, one of the most exciting tracks on the calendar. A race that went long, pushed into double overtime, and gave fans a finish that no one saw coming. Denny Hamlin started the day like a king. He won both stages. He led more than 120 laps. His car had clean air, clean tires, and clean control. People in the stands probably thought, nobody's touching the 11 today. But NASCAR never lets you off easy. Late in the race, everything changed. A slow pit stop, just a few seconds too long, dropped Hamlin from first to sixth. From that moment, the chaos began. And the final 2 laps? That's where it all went off the rails. Picture this. Bubba Wallace and Christopher Bell are battling up front. 2 Toyotas, door to door, inches apart. Wallace muscles Bell just a bit high in the corner. Bell has to lift, loses speed. Wallace now leads as the white flag flies. Behind them, Hamlin is charging. And here's where things get ugly. Denny, driving without power steering, yes, for the last 30 laps, goes full send into turn 3. He's trying to make the winning move, but the car slides. His #11 Toyota slides up the track and into the left side of Bubba Wallace's car. Bam! Contact. Wallace scrapes the wall. Momentum gone. And then, like a shark sensing blood, Chase Elliott dives past both of them. Clean move. 4 fresh tires. 0 hesitation. And just like that, Elliott wins the race. Now, what looked like a hard-fought finish between teammates turned into a swirling storm of second guesses, blame, and raw emotion. Hamlin finished second. Wallace came home third. But that's not the headline anymore. Because what fans are now seeing in the replays, and what analysts are starting to say, raises one brutal question. Did Hamlin just ruin his teammates' playoff hopes on purpose? That's right. After the race, a new angle surfaced from in-car cameras and trackside footage. And it tells a different story than what fans thought they saw live. Hamlin claimed after the race, "I was focused on getting the win. Maybe I should have left more room." But here's the problem. The video shows Hamlin didn't just slide into Wallace. He aimed that car low and never lifted. No correction, no hesitation, just full throttle into the corner, despite no power steering and knowing the risk. That's not just aggressive. That's reckless. Maybe even intentional. Wallace's camp hasn't said much publicly, but body language tells a story. Bubba looked crushed after the race. His smile was gone, his words carefully chosen. "Every stint that went by, my smile got bigger and bigger," he said at first. "We were getting back up to the front. We had a shot for the win." But when it came to the ending, the silence said more than the words. Wallace needs a win to stay in the playoffs. He was about to get it. And then his own teammate slammed the door shut. Let me be clear. Hamlin didn't just cost himself a win. He may have knocked Bubba out of the playoffs completely. That's the kind of move that shakes a whole team to its core. Toyota had the fastest cars all day. They swept both stages. They had 4 cars in the top 5. And somehow, they still lost. That's not bad luck. That's self-destruction. And Hamlin was holding the match. And now, fans are starting to ask, was this ego? Was it desperation? Or something worse? One thing is certain. Chase Elliott didn't steal that win. He earned it. He waited. He stayed smart. His crew chief made the perfect call for 4 tires. And when the Toyotas fell apart, he was right there to take the prize. But that finish didn't have to happen like that. And the fallout? It's just getting started. Behind the scenes at Joe Gibbs Racing, things aren't calm. They're cracking. Because this isn't just about a missed win, it's about trust. And when trust breaks between teammates, a team stops being a team. It becomes a battlefield. After Kansas, some are calling it just a racing deal. Others aren't so forgiving. Bubba Wallace needs a miracle at Charlotte now. He's 20 points below the cut line, and unless he wins, he's out. And Denny Hamlin? He was supposed to be Toyota's leader. Instead, he may have just taken a hammer to the entire playoff strategy. Let's talk facts. Bubba Wallace didn't start strong. He ran 19th in Stage 1, but his team kept digging. "We need to fix our car immediately," Wallace shouted on the radio mid-race. They listened. They made the changes. They fought back. And by the final laps, he was in position to win. That's what makes the ending hurt more. This wasn't a bad day. It was the best possible comeback, until it was ripped away. That kind of emotional whiplash, it stays with a driver, it stays with a crew, and it creates resentment. Quiet, boiling, dangerous. Now imagine being in the Toyota camp after that race. You've got 4 cars fast enough to win. You're dominating on an intermediate track. And somehow, Chase Elliott in a Chevrolet is the one doing donuts at the finish line. How does that happen? Simple. Your own drivers collided. Again, this isn't new. Remember earlier this year? Toyota teammates tangled at another crucial race. And guess who benefited? Another Chevrolet. It's a pattern now. And it's not just frustrating. It's embarrassing. Tyler Reek, another Toyota driver, ran well, but also paid the price. He finished 5th, but got 0 stage points. His playoff hopes are barely hanging on. Christopher Bell got shuffled back to 7th after Wallace nudged him out of line. And yet, Bell stayed quiet after the race. Too quiet. That silence? That's the sound of drivers biting their tongue because the truth would start a fire. But don't think fans and insiders didn't notice. Everyone saw the look on Wallace's face. Everyone heard the shift in Hamlin's tone, and everyone felt the tension. What makes this whole situation worse for Hamlin is the bigger picture. This wasn't just any race. This was supposed to be career win number 60. It would have tied him with Kevin Harvick for 10th all-time. It would have locked him into the next playoff round. Instead, he left Kansas with nothing but questions. And now that new evidence shows just how aggressive, maybe too aggressive, his final move really was, people are starting to turn. Fans online are calling him out. Analysts are raising eyebrows. And even those who usually defend him are struggling to explain what he was thinking. Meanwhile, Chase Elliott is the one walking away with the glory. And don't forget, he was 7th in points before Kansas, just 14 points above the elimination line. Now, he's safe. 5 more playoff points, locked into the round of 8. And let's be honest, momentum like that is dangerous. His team nailed the call for 4 tires. They stayed patient. They avoided the drama. And they cashed in. This wasn't luck. It was preparation meeting opportunity. And it might just be the turning point in Elliott's playoff run. But the rest of the garage? It's chaos. Joey Logano lost points and now has just a 13-point cushion. Ross Chastain's car faded late. Ryan Blaney and Austin Cindric struggled. Rookie Zane Smith had one of the craziest crashes of the year, riding the wall after contact with John Hunter Nemechek, but thankfully walked away. Even so, that wreck added to the madness of a race that was already spiraling. And through it all, one question keeps echoing. What's going on at Toyota? With Charlotte next, everything is on the line. Bubba Wallace must win. Tyler Reek is on the bubble. Bell and Hamlin? Safer, but no guarantees. And after what happened in Kansas, how do these drivers trust each other on the track? That's the real cost of Hamlin's move. Not just the loss of points, but the loss of unity. In the playoffs, that can be fatal. Because while Chevy teams like Hendrick Motorsports are pulling together, Toyota looks like it's falling apart. So now we ask you, was Hamlin just doing everything he could to win? Or did he cross a line that can't be uncrossed? Did he make a mistake? Or did he make a choice? One thing is certain, the fallout from Kansas isn't over. And if the Toyotas fall short in the playoffs, we'll all know when it started. That final corner, that final mistake, and that single decision that changed everything. What do you think? Was Hamlin too aggressive? Or is Bubba Wallace right to feel betrayed? Let us know in the comments, and buckle up, because the storm isn't over yet.